Good afternoon. If everyone could start gathering around, we'll get started here shortly. Just introduce myself. I'm Vincent Braze, Assistant AD for Strategic Communications here at Bowling Green. It's an exciting day for the volleyball program as we have the Alex DiPiombo Introductory Press Conference. The order of business will start off with Director of Athletics Derek Vandermeer. He'll give a quick opening statement, introduce Alex, and then she'll speak, and then we'll open it up to questions to the media. So at this time, I'd like to introduce the Director of Athletics at Bowling Green State University, Derek Vandermeer.
I just sat down with Alex and she said, you know what, I didn't think anybody was going to show up today. Well, thank you very much for coming today. Seeing everybody in this room today is a great statement to the impact that volleyball has had at Bowling Green State University and the impact that Daniela Tomic has had in creating and building this program here. And we're very proud of this program. And the one thing that we'll talk about today a little bit is what is the kind of the key indicator of greatness is a community that rallies around a program, that helps build a program. So thank you for choosing to be a part of that and supporting Coach Del Piombo as she joins us here today. I'd like to thank Dr. Rodney Rogers and the Bowling Green Board of Trustees for their continued commitment to our athletics program. Each and every day, they're pushing us to be better, to challenge us to represent this university proudly in everything we do, and we appreciate that challenge, persistent challenge, to proudly represent this great university. I'd like to thank Deputy AD Stacy Koziak, who has continued to be a great advocate for volleyball. She serves on the NCAA Volleyball Committee, so she is somewhat the expert on volleyball, and she gives me her frequent opinion, but we enjoy having someone with her background as a head coach in volleyball as well, be a part of helping to ensure that we continue to build this program. On Monday, December 23rd in the morning, BGSU Athletics announced the departure of Daniela Tomic to become the new head coach of the Cincinnati Bearcats volleyball program. By midday, on December the 23rd, I announced the 9-year assistant coach, Alex Del Piombo, was going to be elevated to the new head coaching role here. We did announce that she was the 5th coach, and I think that's, the great things about this community is the resident historians who give me a lot of information and feedback and make sure that we don't get things wrong. And I want to thank those resident historians who the 5th coach in NCAA, as we participated as an NCAA team, but the 7th coach in the history of Bowling Green State University. And I think it's important that we recognize the full spectrum of our history when it comes to women's sports, even the period before NCAA participation. Those were years that do get overlooked, and I think it's important in our records that we effectively represent that part of our history and never forget that. So the 7th coach of our history, and we're very proud that she has become part of that significant part of who we are. I'd like to thank our Leadership Advisory Board, Davita Frick, Mo Stansberry, Bruce Ziegler, Becca Ferguson, Mike Colleen, Macy Lynn, and Terry Weatherall for their continued support of our program to ensure that we're growing and we're vibrant and we're doing the right things for this community and our alumni and our past and our history each and every day. I want to thank our former head coach for her 13 years of service to Bowling Green. She leaves this program as the 2nd winningest coach in program history, and she has led us to 7 Mid-American Conference championships with a .594 winning percentage, the highest in program history. In my remarks, I said that she has had a profound impact on this university, community, alumni, and staff, and student athletes that she coached. And when I say it's more than just about being a head coach, her impact spans everybody. She's touched everybody in this room. She's touched everybody in this community. She's had such a lasting impact. I noted that she was one of the best college coaches that I've worked with in my entire career, and I still stand by that today. Phenomenal human being and an individual, and we're so proud of everything that she has done for Bowling Green. She won on and off the court, something that we challenge our student athletes to do, to win on and off the court in everything that they do each and every day. And she gave that to us, and we're so grateful and honored to have had the opportunity to work with her and through the years. So thank you, Daniela, for everything you've done for Bowling Green. So, Forward Falcons. That's our purpose statement. In everything that we do, a relentless commitment to improvement, innovation, and success in each one of our sport programs each and every day. In this day of college sports, I think it's more critical and more important than ever that we have that forward mindset in how we evolve and develop our program, and how we adjust and change, and how we ensure that the people that we bring into this program are committed to innovation, they're committed to improvement, and they're committed to success in every aspect of what we do and touch in our program. So today, our volleyball program is moving forward. Just over 2 years ago, I began my tenure at Bowling Green State University as the Director of Athletics. I learned very quickly that Coach Tomich was special, and I needed to learn from her. We would have frequent coffees, and we would discuss issues, an array of issues that had nothing to do with volleyball. But one thing that we always talked about was leadership. The qualities that we see in great leaders. How do we develop great leaders? How do we lead? These conversations led to frequent conversations about Coach Del Piombo. She was identified as very special and uniquely qualified in every aspect, and we would reference and talk to her about what we see in her developing. Why is she the person that every other school in the country is calling and asking us about? When is she ready for her next job? When does she want to leave? What's her opportunities to leave? She's a native of Monroe, Michigan. She played volleyball at Gannon University, where she served as a team captain for 2 seasons, earning 3 NCAA tournament berths. Directly before BGSU, she served as an assistant coach and recruiting coordinator at Samford University and Morehead State. At Samford, she helped the Bulldogs win the 2020, what was that? What year was that? 14. There, I was off a digit there. Southern Conference Championship and advanced to the NCAA tournament. At Morehead State, the team claimed back-to-back Ohio Valley Conference titles and an NCAA tournament berth in 2013. Then for the last 9 years as a Falcon, she played a role in championships in 2017, 18, 2021, 22, 24, working and mentoring some of the best volleyball players in BGSU history. What do you see throughout that record? Wherever she has won championships. She's been a part of championships. And that's an important quality, because you have to be around it. You have to be around great people. You have to learn from great people in different programs. When I interview coaches, I look for 5 core fundamental values and competencies. 1, high IQ, an effective teacher and communicator, a life learner. Unquestionable work ethic. High values that really value relationships. They build a village. They commit to the students, the fans, the alumni, the campus experience. Great integrity, and they're fearless. They understand that failure is part of the process. They accept and learn from it each and every day. In the last couple of years, Coach Del Piombo has had the opportunity to leave a few times, and every time she has chose to stay here. And every time, as I've gotten to know her better, those 5 qualities bleed through every aspect of how she walks, she lives, and how she coaches and teaches, and how she moves and as a leader and is growing as a leader. It's such a great honor for me to have a chance to spend time with her and get to know her. And I know that maybe all of you have touched her and have gotten to know her personally, but here's an opportunity, I think, for a person that is more than equipped to lead our program in the direction where we're going to be going. So without further ado, let me introduce your next head volleyball coach, Alex Del Piombo.
Thank you, Derek, and thank you all for showing up. I was honestly a little nervous. I didn't know anybody would come, and I think my speech and what I was thinking about will convey properly how much this means to me and how much you all mean to me. When I was interviewing for the assistant position 9 years ago, I asked the same question to everybody I met that day. What makes Bowling Green stand out? Why is BGSU different from other MAC schools or schools in the Midwest or even just Ohio? It was initially my recruiting brain thinking ahead, how is I going to help us here? How is I going to help us get better? I'm from a town 50 miles up I-75 and was familiar But that question has led me to today, and I'm happy I had the forethought to ask it as much as I did. For me, today is all about gratefulness. I want to start by thanking our leader, Athletic Director, Derek Vandermeer. I appreciate the drive you bring to our athletic department and those around you. Your confidence in me has only added to my drive. President Rogers, thank you for always supporting athletics and specifically volleyball. Deputy Athletic Director Stacy Kosiak, all of the work you've done for our program and the support you have shown all of us and myself does not go unnoticed, and I'm really grateful for you. Our huddle, Van, Santi, Ben, Eric, Megan, and Kyle. Working with people like all of you have made what we do every day special. And the care that you take in making a holistic approach to our student athletes means the world to me. And to my family, many of who made it today, and all of those that couldn't be here, but I still feel your love. I've always felt like I can accomplish anything if I work hard enough. When I was thinking about how I wanted to say that today, I just kept coming back to them. My examples of just that, hard work. My mom and dad showed me what it looked like to encourage me to work even harder if I wanted for something. I remember one time I got cut from a softball team, only team I've ever been cut from. And the only thing both of them said to me was work harder and be so good they can't say no to you. And that's really stuck with me as a driving force of who I've become as a coach and as a person. They always show up, always have, and I know they always will, just like today. That's what I'm going to do for this program and this community. I'm going to show up, and I promise you I'm going to work hard. I want you all to know that I've always known how special you are as a family, and I'm never going to take that for granted, nor have I ever. To my partner, John, thank you for always letting me be who I am and celebrating my success and strengths. Daniela, I hope she's watching, and if not, I'll tell her this to her face. Thank you for allowing and encouraging my growth as a person and coach. Not many get to have a friend and mentor as part of their path like I did, and I'm forever grateful for that. Your friendship and hard work has been invaluable to making BGVB what it is. Same to Allie and Sean. You guys mean the world to me. Our alumni. Well, we have one here. The text that I got on Monday from this community and our alumni were a big piece of how much peace I felt with this decision and how much I felt like this was right for me. All of our alumni reaching out with just pure joy and happiness for me is so important that they still feel connected to our program and connected to all of you. And our players, you all mean the world to me. Who you are as people is what makes you great athletes. The standard you continue to set for yourselves has continuously pushed me to be my best for you. I'm so excited to continue in supporting your growth. Thank you for being who you are and allowing me to coach you. And finally, our community. I see a bunch of us here, Mo, Christine, all of you, people that have come from Findlay, our crew, and across the nation. You were the answer to my question that I asked on my interview 9 years ago. Almost ad nauseum. I remember every single person replying when I asked what makes BGSU different, they would say the community. I was almost to the point where I was rolling my eyes like, okay, this is the answer that everybody says, okay. But without hesitation, that was the answer. I believed him, and I believe in BGSU, and here we are today. Our community was a piece in bringing me here. You've kept me here, and you're a big piece of my drive moving forward. The love and the support you have shown this program makes this place a special place to be. It's palpable by our players and myself, and by anyone that watches how we play with so much joy. You all are a big piece of what we have to be joyful about. I'm grateful and humbled as I take on this role. The support I feel from my colleagues and our community goes beyond words. I'm honored to be the head volleyball coach of Bowling Green State University, and leader of an amazing group of women. We're going to continue to grow and set a standard of excellence. I've committed that to them, and today, I commit that to all of you. That I will put into action the lessons and values of hard work and community as we move forward. I, Ziggy.
Thanks, Coach. We're going to open up to questions for the media. We got members from the Strategic Communications Office on both sides with passable mics. Please just raise your hand there and just introduce yourself and give your media outlet to start. And then afterwards, we'll do some informal one-on-ones over by the backdrop when we're done here. So first question, I think we got Chase or Tyler.
Alex, hi, Chase Bachman, WTOL. What's the biggest priority taking over this program right now?
I think the biggest priority is just continue to stay connected to our players in the community, and looking forward to what's going to continue to develop. I've already reflected on, end of the season, what do we need to continue to get better at? What do we need to continue to connect on? And that's my first priority.
Got Michael over here.
Alex, Michael with the Toledo Blade. Just what does it mean to you to be a head coach just so close to your hometown, just right up the road and everything, and just to have that in it?
It means a lot. I'm very aware that in college athletics, this isn't as normal for some people, and our community here has been a big piece of me staying. I'd be lying if I said being near home wasn't a piece of me first coming, but it's special. There's still a lot of people in the volleyball world I get to connect with back home. I've done camps at my old high school, and getting to just continue to grow the game in an area that I love is definitely special for me.
Tyler?
Hi, Alex. Tyler Segerman, WTO 11. With all the success that you've been a part of these last 9 years as an assistant, just how does that kind of help you build for what you're looking to create and as a head coach now?
I think that winning is something that it's not necessarily a secret, it's just really hard. And I've been fortunate enough to have seen what that hard looks like and how to handle it and how to get better from it and embrace sometimes the obstacles are what make you better. And I think knowing what winning looks like is very advantageous, and I've been fortunate to have been around it a lot, and I'll use that as a base as we move forward and the values we've set in place to continue to get better.
Sorry, one more. And you mentioned obviously the community as being a reason you came here initially, but 9 years you've been asked for other coaching positions. Why was the decision to stay here at BG as an assistant? Did you kind of feel that this was coming, or why was the reason you stayed?
Honestly, it's pretty simple. I'm happy. I really am. And in college athletics, it can be a grind, and you have to have a bigger picture. You have to have a bigger why in order to come and work as hard as we do. And the community's been a part of it, but that happiness that the community has helped me have, and like just walking up here, I wanted to give everybody a hug because of how much they meant to me. I talk to people in my world, and it's not as normal as what it is for me and for us, and I recognize that, and so I'm not going to chase something just for a title or clout. I think we can win here, we can continue to be great here, and I can continue to love what I do and love our players and in this world.
Sherwin?
Sherwin Shelton, BCSN. What lesson from Coach Tomic do you think you'll probably use the most?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
I think I learned a lot about growth and continuing to get better, but a big piece about self-reflection and looking in the mirror and every single day saying, what do I need to get better at, and being willing to get feedback from our players of how do I help them more, how do I help other people more, and that self-reflection is really important.
Alex Clint from the Morning Show, congratulations.
Thank you.
With the success this program's had in the last 9 or 10 years, do you feel that weight of expectations? And folks will say, what have you done for us lately, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel it more so not because of the success, but because of how much I care. I think that anyone that cares about something feels that pressure to do well, but I look at it as a privilege. I've been a big piece of earning this. I think that our players have earned it, and this community has earned it, and I look at it as I'm privileged enough to get to be the leader in it.
It's a real strange world we live in D1 athletics right now. I know we've talked about keeping the team intact, et cetera, but I guess first step for you is building a staff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it's going to be difficult in the sense of having to be really specific about who we hire, but it's similar to recruiting. I think build a really good culture and good people will come, and good attracts good. And so that's going to be the base of my value, is the values that we care about in our program attract people that care about the same.
I had a quick one for Derek as well. Derek, you and I talked at the women's basketball game about the interest that was in this program when the word got out that Daniela was going to make it a move. And I think, not to put certainly words in your mouth, that bodes well for this program and for future success, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a couple things. Is one, the interest started with other schools around the country that were looking at Alex earlier in this last year. I think people respect what Daniela has done here in the program that she's built, and they saw clearly the part that Alex was playing in developing and building the culture of this program. And so, this program has been on the sights of a lot of people for quite a few years now, but to have the chance, we went through a transition, and immediately when we made the announcement, I started getting communication of, okay, where are you going? I don't think anybody was surprised by the selection of Alex. I think she was the clear, everybody that in the profession that knew anything about this program knew that she was well equipped and well positioned to take the program.
Chaz McNeil, Falcon Media Sports Network. Alex, it was touched on just a second ago how tumultuous the world of college athletics is with the portal. How important is it that you're so committed to this program? What does that say to recruits that might be on the fence about buying in?
Yeah, I think that it shows what we say is backed up with our actions. I think you can say a lot of things, but what we do matters more. And I think authenticity is really important in recruiting and relationships, and that's what recruiting is. And being authentic to say, I chose here because I am so happy, because we're happy, because our players love it. We have a very low transfer rate. I think it shows that authenticity, and it's similar to what I just said with the staff. Good will attract good, so hopefully that continues to show.
Any more questions? All right. Thanks, everyone, for coming today to the press conference. We're going to have a reception downstairs. We ask that you please join us downstairs. Thank you.
One thing. Alex, would you please introduce us to your family?
Oh, sure.
You referenced them, but we didn't.
Okay, I have to warn everybody, people always think my Italian side is the mafia, but my mom's side is the mafia over here. So if any of you mess with me, they're the ones. So you can clearly point them out. But my partner, John, this is my dad, David Del Piombo, my mom, Jackie Del Piombo, my Aunt Tammy, my Uncle Kenny, Aunt Kay, Aunt Dee, Aunt Donna, and my Uncle Ralph, who've all been BGSU diehards since day one.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Pardon me?
Yep, absolutely.
Anything he wants a video shot. You want Derek in it too? Yeah.